During Christmas and New Year, I completely relapsed on my normal diet, and not particularly proud of it, but over Christmas and New Year, you've got to enjoy yourself. How are you doing, guys? It's good to see you again. I'm back from celebrating Christmas and New Year. I went to Glasgow in Scotland. It was absolutely freezing, but I really enjoyed it. I was with my partner's family, and it was, even though it was really cold, it was really cute. It was a really great place to visit, very beautiful. I had loads of cold evenings with a blanket thrown over me to keep me warm, so it was very nice, and it was great to spend time with the family. Now, I know that for a lot of vegans, Christmas and New Year can be quite a stressful period of time. You're very close with your family, there's alcohol involved, maybe people are a bit more free to say what's on their mind. You often get conversations around the Christmas dinner about, why you're vegan and stuff like that. So I fully understand what happens over Christmas, and maybe there are a few more eyes watching you over Christmas in terms of waiting for you to slip up or make mistakes and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I did. During Christmas and New Year, I completely relapsed on my normal diet, and not particularly proud of it, but over Christmas and New Year, you've got to enjoy yourself. I've done the research. I know that the food isn't the best for me, but still, it is Christmas and New Year, so I thought there's no harm in doing it just for a short period of time. So you might be wondering how exactly I slipped up over Christmas and New Year. Well, I had absolutely everything I wanted to. So I had cheeseburgers, I had pies, I had breaded scampi, I had sausages, I had loads of stuff. I didn't really hold back. It's Christmas and New Year, I wanted to enjoy myself. But the good news is that it was all entirely vegan and cruelty free. So there's an amazing brand called Linda McCartney, and they do a whole range of foods which really helped me out over Christmas and New Year. Yes, it's junk food, it's processed, but I think over Christmas and New Year, that's not my typical diet, which is whole foods, plant-based. So I just kind of relaxed a little bit more. I enjoyed myself. In all fairness, towards the end of the holiday, I was really looking forward to get back and eating natural and whole foods, plant-based again. But you got to enjoy yourself, and I think over Christmas and New Year, I fancied a bit of a change. It was nice to share some of that food with other people who maybe haven't seen that food before. So this is a tip that I want to give to you guys. During Christmas, there may be some people that are curious about what you eat. There might be some people, as there were during my Christmas, that were curious about veganism and wanted to know a bit more information, and they'd considered it themselves, but they didn't know, the next steps, and they didn't really even know what to ask, but they were just curious about the food. I had vegan cheese, I grated some, I let them try it, and they liked it. I made chicken fajita wraps for everybody with Linda McCartney's shredded chicken. That was very popular, so it went down very well. So whether you are vegan or non-vegan, don't feel bad about eating, vegan junk food. Yes, it's not the healthiest vegan food that is available, but it's still healthier than the animal counterparts, the burgers and the pies and the sausages and all of that, the animal counterparts of those foods. Don't feel too bad about eating them because you're not hurting anyone else from doing so. Just be aware that these foods are typically higher in salt, and they're also higher in saturated fat than a normal vegan diet of, a whole foods, plant-based diet with fresh fruit, vegetables and seeds and nuts and grains and carbs. There's still a few attitudes around Christmas which I am surprised about. I did my first activism street-based event with Anonymous for the Voiceless in Gibraltar recently, and I went shopping afterwards, and I came across a hat. It was a hat in a department store that looked like a turkey, and it looked like an uncooked turkey. And I don't know, I saw it, and you got lots of people in the public just walking past it, and I'm pretty sure that it might take a long time, but in the future, people will look back at that and it will be like one of those black stains in history that people say, I can't believe we used to joke about stuff like that. We see it nowadays when we look back at racism, and you see racist toys and stuff like that in the market, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to look back at stuff like this and just be a bit embarrassed that we did it. And I think we'll probably mature as a society sooner to realise that that was a little bit childish and also quite rude to animals which are being harmed needlessly. And one thing that gets to me quite a bit over Christmas is that it's the turkey. It's during Christmas, we have a dead turkey, we shove bread up its arse and we present that as the centerpiece of a Christmas dinner. We put it right in the middle of the table, and there's a lot of cultural pride in cooking a turkey, and I'm just, and carving it, and I'm just like, surely it's not just me. In the future, we're going to look back and we're going to be a bit embarrassed and ashamed that we did this. Like, I can't be the only one that sees this. It's a bit weird, and I think it takes about 5 hours to cook a turkey, and it took about an hour to cook the vegan food, and that was being generous. It's just vegetables and vegan burgers and vegan pies. It's very, very quick to do, and I just think it's a very, very strange tradition, and I can't wait for people to start realizing that firstly it's not necessarily, and secondly it's just a bit weird having a dead animal's body on the table. It's just, I don't know, man, it's one of those things that in the very near future I hope people will just look at it a bit differently and just see it for what it is, rather than the magical Christmas thing that people see it for now. So I'm going to close out this video with an answer to a very simple question that I was asked by a family member a long time ago and a colleague very recently. They asked me, if vegans are against animal cruelty and eating animal products, then why do they spend so much time recreating the products? They make sausages, they make burgers. Why do they do that? And I think kind of an answer that I've come to now is realizing that firstly, vegans don't want to give up that taste that that they enjoy. Vegans still enjoy the taste of sausages, the taste of burgers, but ethical vegans, they don't want to contribute to animal suffering. And I think one thing that I need to ask is, cheese and sausages and burgers, the vegan versions of those have become incredibly close to the real deal nowadays, and I need to ask, if they taste similar, if the texture's the same, if they smell the same, if you look at them and they're basically the same, but there's no animal cruelty involved, why would you still continue to choose the version that has animal cruelty? It's one of the things that I just don't understand. But vegans, they don't want to lose burgers and sausages and all of this stuff. It just provides them with a good option for if they go to a barbecue or something like that. And also a lot of vegans which are looking after their health don't eat these processed replacement meat products, but of course some do. So I thought I'd answer that question and also ask you to think about that. Why do we continue to choose the alternative if there is a cruelty-free option available that tastes and looks and sounds just exactly the same when you're cooking it? Something to think about. So for now, that's it from me. I really hope you had a good Christmas and New Year. If you're new to those vegan burgers and pies and all of those products, do check them out because they're actually very, very good. For now, see you later.